Let's talk about Volk versus Yair and what I feel is going to be a beautiful display of range from one side. Let's get into this. For Volk in this fight, he has a few routes he could take, but being the pound for pound mixed martial artist that he is, I believe he's going to blend all options and show us something really special. Just like Rodriguez, a big key to his success is going to be his range and his footwork. Whether it be him on the back foot pulling your hair onto him where Volk does his best work, or Alex on the front foot walking your hair down and not letting him get set. But no matter where it is, it's going to be his in and out movements that make the difference. Alex is a master at all ranges, thriving no matter where it is, but I think he's going to want to live in that middle range as much as possible, utilizing his boxing advantage, using feints to desensitize, while including pop shots mixed into his attacks, where will also help take away some of the kicks as well. There are many angles to approach this fight on the feet for Alex, but another big key for him is his entries. Sure, Volk may have a slight reach advantage somehow, but that doesn't necessarily paint a true picture at hand, so Volk needs to stay patient looking for his openings to bridge the gap, and also look to attack off your hair switch stances. And that brings me into my last point on the feet, and that's throw with your hair. If Volk just tries reaching your hair with the hands, I'm sure he'll find the home on some occasions, but he'll probably be whiffing at air for the most part, so he needs to be first and third in the exchanges, throwing hands and kicks. Now, because your hair is so long and hard to deal with, especially early on, I truly wouldn't be surprised to see Volk incorporate some wrestling exchanges to try to wear on Rodriguez early on against the cage, or even on the mat. As I mentioned, your hair is a tough cookie early on, but being so hard to deal with usually comes with extra or overextended movements, and that could lead Volk into hitting some reactive takedowns in the open mat. With your hair in this fight, I believe his range management is what's going to be most important, and that's not just saying stay away from Volk. It's also going to include educated offensive and defensive ring craft, sharp long-range attacks, and reactive strikes up the middle. As always, but more so now than before, in my opinion, your hair's kicks are going to be some of his most important offensive weapons. It's not just to take his head off every time he throws, but using his kicks as cutoffs to keep Volk in front, while using his calf kicks in a closed stance and power kicks in an open stance, breaking down all three levels. They may not be his first option, but an equal role player to his offensive game is going to be those elbows and knees up the middle. I feel like this kind of goes without say, but Volk isn't going to want to stay at long range with your hair, so as he tries to close the distance, Rodriguez showing the knees and elbows and even the front ball kicks will help negate it, and as the fight goes later, he can use those knee feints to set up the high kicks. With this being a championship fight, early on, I like to see Yair take more of a methodical approach, somewhat like in the Emmett fight, but as the fight goes long, he needs to take chances, and Yair has shown to have success fighting freely late in the fight. Overall, with this being a battle of the ranges, if there's one master of all three ranges, it has to be Volk, so that's what I'm taking.